Hello and welcome to another 3-string cigar box guitar lesson. I'm Sean from Coda Guitar and we are continuing with our fretted note plus slide playing riffs, this series here. So this particular one's got a bit of a blues rock sort of crossover feel. Could sound a little bit sort of Led Zeppelin, sort of classic 1970s, that kind of thing. But before we get into learning how to play it, let's check if we are in tune. So here is low G, middle D, and high G. So, like I was saying in the previous videos, please consider going to our website and purchasing the score for this lesson if you like playing it, if you like learning it. It's much appreciated, really help support the channel so we can carry on putting out these fantastic videos. So there's the link underneath this video and just go straight through. It's half price for the first 7 days, so make the most of that. And let's carry on. So basically what's happening in this particular sort of the sound of this is what you call slightly modal. Quite a lot of rock songs actually use sort of like modal scales. They sound almost but not quite like a straight major or straight minor scale, depending on which one you use. This one sounds it's got a sort of minor feel, slightly bluesy, but it's not quite a straight minor scale, and it's what you call a Dorian mode. Okay, so I'll just very quickly go through that because I don't think we've covered anything like that yet. So using the top string, the notes are G, and then A is fret 2, and then B flat is fret 3, so that's the note that gives it a minor sound. C is fret 5, D is fret 7, E is fret 9, 10 is F, fret 10, and fret 12 is the octave high G. Okay, and when you sort of create chords from this particular scale, typically what gives it a really sort of strong modal sound is, so there's a G power chord, so fret 5, fret 7. I'm sort of droning this low G quite a lot throughout this whole thing, and if I just drop that down 2 frets, so we've still got that low G droning through, and that is fret 3, fret 5. That's an F power chord, but it's still got the G droning through. And then say if I was to go further and drop down and play fret 2 on the middle string, but still keep fret 5 on, that's a kind of C chord. It's still got the G in the bass, so it's a C with the G in the bass. So if I was to go the other way, like that, that's a stronger sounding C, but this is still pretty close. So for example, chorus from All Right Now, Free, uses exactly that sort of sound. You know, that's got a modal sound. So yeah, that's a little bit later on in the sort of piece that we're doing, but the whole thing's got that sound all the way through. It's droning this low G quite a lot, so it's a very sort of strong G sound to it. So let's crack on with section 1. So what we're doing is we're doing a bit of sort of call and response between fretted notes and slide riffs. Okay, so what we're doing to start with is we're sliding in on the middle string, and I'm doing a bit of palm muting here, and I'm going to go together. So index finger as normal, middle finger as normal, top string. So D, G, index, middle. So together, then thumb, middle, thumb. We're going to do exactly that again. Together, thumb, middle, thumb. Now this is a grace note slide. I'm going from fret 5, but it's a very quick slide, so you can't really hear where I'm starting from. It's just straight in. So it's together, thumb, middle, thumb. Do that again. Together, thumb, middle, thumb, and then to finish off we've just got a together and then a thumb. Okay, so what that actually is it's a sort of cross rhythm. We've got 3 plus 3 plus 2. The thumb for this bar anyway is actually playing like half beat notes, so it's not playing normal like 1, 2, 3. It's much more driving. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so if we split that up, so you get 8 half beat notes. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You get that sort of sound going on. And then if you add the riff over the top, you get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right. So you can hopefully hear that that's still got the regular thumb, but we've got like these little sort of groups of cross rhythm notes over the top. Okay, so that's bar 1, and bar 2, we're coming in with a slide, so we are sliding into C, all of the strings with the bar, with the slide, sorry, and sounds a bit like that. So I'm going to do a pull, all of my fingers and my thumb together, thumb, fingers, thumb, slide down to fret 3, do a pluck with my fingers, thumb, fingers, down to 2, slide to 2, and then I'm doing a little kind of strum at the end. So I'll just do that one more time. So we're sliding into 5, sorry, I'll do that again, slide into 5, thumb, fingers, thumb, slide, pick, fret 3, thumb, slide to 2, and strum the open strings afterwards. So there's actually fewer thumbs going on there, fewer thumb plucks compared to the first bar, but I'll just play both of them together so you can hear this. So 3, 4, and... a little bit slower maybe. So that particular strumming movement, what's happening here is we're not kind of like using the wrist as such. It's literally just the fingers, just doing that. Just little sort of like come into your palm and just flick down. So I was doing quite a lot of that in the demo. It kind of, you can get a nice sort of dynamic, so that you're sort of like creating louder and sort of sharper sounding notes with your nails and things. But we'll keep it a little bit more simple for this sort of instruction part. So we can just do a strum like that at the end. So this is all normal plucking. And then just a flick down, but you can catch all the strings or some of them, doesn't matter. So bar 3 is exactly the same as bar 1. So but then a little bit of a variation on bar 4, the slide bar. So we've got so that is slide in, together, thumb, thumb down to the open this time, a little bit more early. So thumb, fingers, thumb, slide down, open, fingers, together, sorry, thumb, fingers, thumb, and strum again at the end. So it's together, slide in, thumb, fingers, thumb, open fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, slide down, strum. Do that again. And then line 3 on the score is very, very similar to bar 5 now. It's very, very similar to bars 1 and 3, but we've got a little pull-off sequence at the end. So the previous lesson that we did, the sort of country, soul country one, there's quite a lot of grace note hammer-ons and stuff in that one. So hopefully if you've had a go at that, this should be quite easy for this particular way of playing. So it's pull, off, fret 3 to the open on the top string, fret 3 to the open on the middle string. Right. So to fit that into the rest of bar 5, you've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that 3-3-2 rhythm, this comes in right with the 2 at the end. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, off. So that's together, pull off, pull off. Okay, and then after that we're going to use the same bar, bar, as we did for bar number 2. So that line, that's bars 5 and 6, that sound like this. Strum. So just before carrying on, because there's a sort of build at the end of section 1 into section 2, let's play the first 6 bars. It's the first 3 lines of the score. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line 2, this is bar number 3. Different slide. And then pull off. And then what we're doing for the 4th line of the score, so this is bars 7 and 8, we're doing a little build, which is basically playing most of the notes that were in that Dorian scale I was talking about, although this time it's on the middle string. So that's a G, so we're actually starting a bit lower down from a D. D, E, F, G, A. We're actually missing out the B flat, we're going straight to C and a D. Okay, and the pattern that we're playing is we're doing a little hammer on, so it's a pull together, and it's together, hammer on afterwards, thumb, middle. Okay, so your index is here. That's the middle finger, not the middle string. So it's index, thumb, middle finger, index, thumb, middle finger. again, plenty of hammer-ons and pull-offs in that Soul Country previous frets and slide lesson if you want to check that out. And we're doing a hammer-on from 2 to 3 as well. And then after that, we're just sliding, so we're sliding from 3 to 5, and then from 5 to 7, and it's the same picking pattern all the way through that. So we've got hammer on at the beginning, open to 2, keep the second finger where it is, first finger where it is, hammer on, slide up, and then slide up. And those slides, they're not grace note slides, they need to have the same rhythm as the hammer-on, so it's da, 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 da. So the thumb and the fingers combined actually create a constant rhythm all the way through. So I'll do that bar one more time. So it's hammer-on, hammer-on again, and then slide, and then slide again. So that's the first bar. We can carry on. We can slide from 7 to 10, and then from 10 to 12, and then stay on. We're not going any further than fret 12, but we can go thumb, finger, thumb, and another one of those strums. So I'll do all of that one more time from down here. So it's a hammer on to fret 2, hammer on to fret 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 10, and then 10 to 12, and then thumb, fingers, thumb, strum. All right. So let's, we won't do all of section 1 again, let's just do lines 3 and 4 so you can hear how that fits in. So I'm going to do this, the bar with the pull-offs. All right, so we've got 3, 4. And then pull-offs, slide, and then hammer on, slide, 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 thumb, fingers, thumb, strum. And again, on the demo, I was being a little bit more sort of expansive with my strumming there, but that's just a slightly sort of calmer version. But you still get a good sound out of it if you speed it up a bit. Okay, so that's all of section 1. Section 2, starting with a slide, loads of drone in here. So we're keeping this low G ringing through, and we're covering fret 12 of the top 2 strings with the slide. Okay, and we're using that similar sort of 3/2 rhythm. So it's together, you can slide into it. Thumb, finger, thumb. Same on fret 10, we can slide into that. But we've got an extra one there because it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, long one. That's beat 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and an extra one. And that gives you a whole bar there. So there's various sort of slides out. If you're going to slide into 10, you're going to have to slide off 12, so you've got a little run up to it, up to fret 10. So we're going to slide off 10, and in fact we can even sort of pick out that same sort of like percussive sound and strum that last one as we slide down, because we're going to slide from 10 and slide into fret 5. So still droning this low G. So that's just a G power chord. That's like an F with a G in the bass. That's like a C with a G in the bass. So I'll do all that one more time. So it's 3, 4, slide in, together, thumb, fingers, thumb, together, thumb, fingers, thumb, and then strum. And we're going to do a similar thing here on the C. So we're going to go. So that's together, thumb, fingers, thumb. As we pluck with the thumb, without re-picking, because it's still ringing out, we're moving down with the slide to fret 5. So I'll slide in, together, thumb, fingers, thumb, slide down, and then pluck the open strings. So it's like this. Together, thumb, fingers, thumb, slide down, pluck the open strings. Let's do a full cover of all three with the slide. So that's B flat fret 3 and that's C fret 5, and it's just thumb, fingers. Okay, so that bar there is so both bars, fret 12, together, thumb, fingers, thumb, together, thumb, fingers, thumb, strum, together, thumb, fingers, slide off, open. Alright, back up here again. So after we can basically keep that note ringing out, the C, and then we get a really big sort of bliss sound going right up there. And then from the three strings that are covered, you've got to kind of drop off, so you're leaving this low G ringing out again. So end of bar, so section 2, end of bar 2, which is actually bar 10 in the whole score. And then big bliss up. That's the same. This time, this is different. Let's cover all the strings, get a stronger C. So here, 3 strings covered, slide in, pull, thumb, together, thumb, fingers, thumb, open, slide in, slide back into 5, down to B flat fret 3, play the open strings. So it's so, what are we on? We're on bars 11 and 12 here, so it's the second line of page 2. Sorry, covering all of them. Okay, so let's try the first 4 bars of section 2. So 3, 4. Little strum. Then 5. Next line. all of the strings. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pick out a very similar sounding rhythm, but instead of slides, we're using fretted notes. So this is basically the chords that I was picking out at the beginning. So we've now got a G power chord, F with a G drone in, C with a G drone in. But this time we're going to use actually a normal C afterwards. And then if we just cover all of the strings, that's a B flat power chord, but if we actually leave the open D ringing through, that's actually a major. It's a major, B flat major, so C to B flat. Okay. So we're going together, thumb, fingers, thumb, together, thumb, fingers, thumb, strum, that same flick, so drop down, to the open as well, so as you see over G, thumb, fingers, thumb, and then go to an actual C chord and just go thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, C to B flat. So together, thumb, fingers, thumb, together, thumb, fingers, thumb, strum, together, thumb, fingers, thumb, open, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers. Okay, we're going to do that again. I might even pull that off, flick that off, because we're now finishing it off. We're finishing it off with the slide. So we're starting on the G. Strum. Could do a little flick off. Slide. That's thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers. You can do like a strumming however you want, because I'm using a thumb pick. I'm just doing that at the end. Alright, so the last 4 bars, in fact no, I'll do the whole lot of section 2. Alright, so we'll go right from the top, so we'll go 3 and 4 and back to 12, strum, all of the strings, back to the chords, open, C, B flat, back to okay, so that's basically it. It's kind of quite sort of loose, quite repetitive. Just put in some little variations, because often if you put like rhythmical variations in, it actually, even though you're not really changing any notes, it just keeps things sounding a bit more sort of organic, you know, like it's not too robotic, too repetitive. Like both of those bars sound very similar, but they're slightly different rhythmically. You know, and also, how I was playing in the as I said in the demo at the beginning, it was a little bit sort of looser, a bit more sort of dynamic. There's quite a lot of strumming, and you know, the sort of tone that you get is often just as important as the actual notes that you play. You know, so if you can get nice and kind of solid with being able to play something like this, you know, learn it note for note. It's quite good fun to play, but also you can use the elements, like I was saying in the soul country one as well. You can use the elements and you can sort of mix it up with different chords. You know, you can use some of these little tricks, try to play it in slightly different ways, different styles, and if you're combining sort of slightly varied riffs with you know, sort of different amounts of attack, how loud and soft you strike in the strings, you know, if you're using a thumb pick, using palm muting, sometimes you're plucking with your fingers, you know, you get quite a different, particularly if you're using a valve amp. The more kind of signal that you put into the valve amp, the more it sort of drives the tubes, and so it breaks up a bit more. You know, you get more sort of natural distortion out of the amp, so you can get a very clean sound and like a reasonably distorted one as well. Just you know, by how loud you're plucking. But yeah, so that is a slightly different style to the others. We're going to have one more in this series coming up very soon. But like I said, if you like this content, please consider going to the site and downloading the score. Much appreciated. Help us keep churning out all this fantastic content, all these lessons. And yeah, that's about it. So we shall see you here again soon on Coda Guitar.